This is CTV News with Nafisa Kareem.
The downtown was built on three populations: tourists, residents, and 9-to-5 workers. We have a big hole in the 9-to-5 workers.
Tonight, empty desks and office chairs. A deep dive into an all-time high vacancy rate for offices in Greater Victoria and the reasons behind it.
The cost was more to get this moved than to actually just go buy another car. Like, we're talking in the tens of thousands of dollars.
A welcome policy change for EV owners on the Gulf Islands. Why BC Ferries says electric vehicles with minor damage can once again board its ships. Plus, Adam finds out what happened to a Machosen woman's furry family after the unexpected arrival of a bear. Later on the Sawatsky sign-off. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, we're embarking on a two-part series on an historic vacancy rate for office space in Greater Victoria. It's predicted the problem will get worse, meaning so too will the trickle-down effects. CTV's Anna McMillan begins our coverage with a deep dive on the issue, what's behind it, and why it might matter to you.
So vacancy rates we can see across Greater Victoria.
When it comes to office space, it's sitting at 10.7%, or roughly 900,000 square feet. Collier's Commercial Real Estate Services says that's a historic high since it started tracking the data in 1987.
In the last 12-18 months, the rest of Canada, or the bigger markets in the rest of Canada, have really started to see their vacancy drop, where ours has started to rise.
Collier's VP, Anna Ray, says that's partly driven by big employers like banks making a push for a return to the office after the pandemic. She says that's not what's happening in Greater Victoria, where the big employer is the government.
Our office market across Greater Victoria is roughly 50% government agencies, that type of thing. And so they haven't had that same return to office policy that we've seen in other provinces.
The Ministry of Infrastructure says the province is consolidating ministry offices and ending leases for underused spaces to make better use of government buildings and reduce costs. It doesn't plan on buying additional office space in Victoria.
This was a downtown that was built on three populations: tourists, residents, and 9-to-5 workers. We have a big hole in the 9-to-5 workers.
The CEO of the Downtown Victoria Business Association says that hurts the core.
Those are spaces that not only workers aren't in, but also in many cases potential clients and customers who'd be coming downtown.
Both he and Victoria's mayor say they've been urging the province to take up space.
We need to be part of a plan that allows this to unfold gradually, that has an ability to balance out the impacts of that on the rest of downtown cores in particular, but on communities generally. And I continue to ask for that conversation.
For the second installment of this series, we're turning our focus from the problem to solutions. Tomorrow, we'll look at the possibility of converting office spaces for other uses, along with the potential to change civic policy to make it easier to navigate downtown. Anna McMillan, CTV News.
A beloved holiday tradition in downtown Victoria is going dark, at least for now. The Downtown Victoria Business Association has announced its annual Lights of Wonder event will not return in 2026, citing rising costs and aging infrastructure. The display was created in 2018 for $500,000. The DVBA says it's now becoming financially unsustainable to repair and maintain. It will instead look to do smaller activations throughout downtown year-round.
And Lights of Wonder was tremendous for the community. Our members loved it, but a lot of them said it didn't really translate necessarily into people coming into my store. So we're looking at spreading out more events that generate more traffic while still having all the same elements of Lights of Wonder. There's no tickets, no gates, no cost. I mean, that was really important to us, and that would continue. Anything that we do would still be free to the public, but maybe spread out throughout downtown.
The association also says it's becoming increasingly difficult to secure government grants and sponsorship for the event. BC Ferries is walking back some unpopular policies it implemented for electric vehicle owners last year. The service now says immobile and minorly damaged EVs can be transported on board. CTV's Andy Garland reports EV owners, especially those living on the Gulf Islands, are praising the change.
The EV communities on Salt Spring Island, as well as Quadra Island, are pleased with BC Ferry's policy update announcement when it comes to transporting damaged EVs aboard their vessels.
This is excellent news, and we've been waiting for quite a while for this.
I think they had no choice but to review it based on the amount of EVs and the EV demand.
Starting May 19th, BC Ferries will allow immobile electric vehicles that are undamaged or only have minor cosmetic damage. The vehicle's frame or battery integrity, however, must not be compromised.
We realize this is a Transportation Canada ruling, and BC Ferries has chosen to interpret it this way.
And it just ensures we remain aligned with all those international and federal regulatory safety requirements.
Since BC Ferries banned damaged EVs on vessels almost a year ago, Mark Richmond, a tow truck driver on Quadra, has seen firsthand the struggles EV owners on smaller islands had to get their EVs off island to be repaired.
The cost was more to get this moved than to actually just go buy another car. Like, we're talking in the tens of thousands of dollars.
BC Ferries has provided examples on its website of images which illustrate what is deemed cosmetic versus what is considered more serious damage and most likely not acceptable for transporting.
That's really what crews will be looking for. Is there any indication or uncertainty around the condition of the battery? Because that's where they need to make a distinction.
BC Ferries reiterates that any indication a battery is damaged on an EV, that vehicle will be prohibited.
Those have to be restricted unless the battery has been removed in accordance with Transport Canada regulations.
More information about the policy update can be found on BC Ferries' website. Andy Garland, CTV News.
A fishing boat off the coast of Vancouver Island has partially sunk after striking a rock. The Canadian Coast Guard says there were no injuries after the fishing vessel called the Northern Challenge was grounded in Barkley Sound. The Seychelles First Nation says 2 people were rescued Saturday evening when the boat began to sink near Dot Island, which is within an ecologically sensitive Pacific Rim National Park Reserve. A small amount of sheen was spotted on the surface as spill response teams assess any potential fuel leakage from the vessel. The ship is now wrapped in tarp, and the Canadian Coast Guard will continue to monitor the site. Tucked away and sleeping for months, Vancouver Island marmots are now waking up and meeting their new breeding partner at several conservation sites across Canada. A team of specialists, including the stud bookkeeper, were busy over the winter playing a matchmaker, pairing marmots based on their genetics to create the next generation. Vancouver Island marmots are one of the most endangered species in Canada. With a mix of new pairs and returning couples, 9 pairs were carefully placed next to each other while sleeping, and they're now waking up to their new partner at a research center in Alberta.
And so in the fall, at each institution, we now have the marmots that will create those pairs for the second breeding season. And we wait until they all fall asleep, and then we just carefully pick up their little hibernating bodies and are able to put them physically together in those nest boxes where they have a chance to complete that hibernation with their new companion, and then wake up as a cohesive unit, hopefully in the spring, which leads to some better breeding outcomes is the hope.
Last year, researchers counted 427 Vancouver Island marmots, the highest number ever recorded in the wild since conservation efforts began. A well-known humpback is back in BC waters after completing her annual migration from Hawaii. Big Mama was spotted Monday near Moresby Island in Boundary Pass by a member of the Whale Watch Association. She has traveled over 4,000 kilometers on her journey back to the region to feed. Big Mama is closely linked to the recovery of the species in the Salish Sea. They were once nearly absent from the region due to commercial whaling.
Internally, there were a lot of, screaming and jumping up and down every year that she comes back. We don't know exactly how old she is, but as I mentioned, she's been coming here for almost 30 years. And so I'm knocking on wood right now, but every year we always wonder, is that the last we'll see of her? And so knowing that she's come back is a big sense of relief among our whale watching community. But yeah, we were on the radio sharing sightings and just really elated when we found her on Monday.
Big Mama was first photographed in 1997 off Victoria and has returned nearly every year since. She's had at least 8 calves with a lineage spanning more than 20 whales. A shout out now to a member of our team here at CTV Vancouver Island. The Radio Television Digital News Association has announced the finalists for the West Region Awards, and one of our own has been nominated 3 times.
Tomorrow, we're looking at a different model, provincial policing.
A series of stories on the changing and challenging policing landscape has been nominated for Best Continuing Coverage, while her story about how Victoria's bylaw department has been marred by bullying and discrimination investigations is among the finalists for Best Enterprise Journalism. And her story about Your Place, a landscaping company that hires people coming out of addiction treatment, is up for the VJ Video Award. A huge congratulations, Anna. Winners will be announced in September. Hosts from CFAX 1070 and 107.3 Virgin Radio stepped out of the studio today to sling burgers and fries for McHappy Day. Johnny Novak working so hard he had to cool himself down while Bailey took over the cash register. McHappy Day raises money each year for Ronald McDonald House Charities, which helps families stay close to their child's hospital while they receive care. Funds are raised through the sale of food, rounding up your purchase, or through McHappy Day merch like socks. Still ahead, ChatGPT prompts a reprimand from Canada's Privacy Commissioner.
Fully trained ChatGPT, OpenAI scraped vast amounts of personal information from publicly accessible websites. This was widespread and indiscriminate.
We'll show you the legal changes needed after the break.
After a hot start to the month, back to average today. Mostly cloudy skies. We're at 15 right now. That's the daytime high for today, and we'll see a couple more days in the mid-teens. That and the rest of your forecast right after the break.
Josh, it's only Wednesday. I'm already thinking about the weekend because the weather has just been so darn nice.
We don't start looking at the weekend until Thursday, Nafisa. You know the rule. You know, the weather is pretty nice, actually. Not quite as hot as it was earlier in the week, 15 degrees. But as we said earlier, it will cool down, but no worse than average. And mid-teens is pretty close to average for this time of year. 17, Port Alberni. A little gustier there in the north. About 20 to 30 kilometer per hour wind in Port Hardy. You can see skies are fairly clear here off to the north. There's the cloud cover that's clearing out now. Look at that. This is just a thing of beauty. Look at, oh man, that developing low pressure system way out in the Pacific. Just admire it. It's not going to have a huge impact on the Victoria forecast. I just like the look of it. There's your sunshine for much of the island tomorrow. There's parts of that system. Southern sort of remnants of it. They're bringing some scattered showers on Friday to parts of the West Coast and North Island. In fact, you probably see a few more showers into the weekend as well in the north. I think it's basically going to be a non-factor for Victoria and Nanaimo. 14 degrees tomorrow, mixed sun and cloud. Some fog patches overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning, and then a few scattered showers there. On Friday, 15s for Friday through the weekend and into early next week. And then the best chance for some rain in the weekend is going to be Saturday morning and Sunday morning. Inland areas, dry for the next 5 days, 21, and some clouds in the morning tomorrow, but then sunshine in the afternoon. Back to cloudier skies, 19 on Friday, 22 for a daytime high Saturday. Warm start to the weekend, 14 on the West Coast. Some clouds in the morning, sun in the afternoon, then some increasing cloud Thursday night into Friday morning. And as the day goes on Friday, that cloud cover will thicken up and we could see some showers or some periods of steadier rain Friday night into Saturday morning. 18 in mainly sunny skies in Comox tomorrow. A little breezy for Friday, Saturday. Gusts will be up around 40 kilometers per hour. 17 or 18 for daytime highs, and then 19 for Mother's Day Sunday. 18s and 19s for the next 5 days in Nanaimo. Some consistency there. Consistently a couple of degrees above average. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow. A little bit of increased cloud cover for Friday, back to sunshine on Saturday. In Victoria, 10 degrees tomorrow morning. We'll see some clouds overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, but sunshine tomorrow afternoon. A little breezy through the morning hours, up to about 30 kilometers per hour. Backs off to about 15 to 20 out of the southwest in the afternoon. 16 degrees. Closer to the water, you're going to be closer to 13 for daytime highs tomorrow and Friday. And then because Nafisa asked for a look at the weekend. Highs near 20 Saturday and Sunday with mainly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Looks like we'll stay around 20 into early next week as well. So a handful of degrees above average. How's that for a nice little Mother's Day weekend, Nafisa?
You get a round of applause. A round of applause.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Well, phones, radios, and TVs across BC were lit up with an emergency alert today as part of a nationwide test. An emergency alert stopped most British Columbians in their tracks at 1:55 p.m. It's all part of a test to alert Canadians of immediate threats triggered by police or government agencies. That includes emergencies like flood, wildfire evacuations, extreme heat, and earthquakes. An investigation into ChatGPT, the popular AI assistant, has found that the company that created it violated privacy laws across the country. CTV's Judy Trin has more on the damning indictment from Canada's information and privacy watchdogs.
After an investigation that took 3 years, privacy commissioners from the federal government, BC, Alberta, and Quebec found that OpenAI violated privacy laws across the country as it developed its ChatGPT technology.
Our joint investigation highlights the importance of prioritizing privacy in the development, deployment, and ongoing evolution of artificial intelligence.
The joint investigation looked at ChatGPT's 3.5 and 4.0 models and found a lack of accountability. The models over-collected personal information. Users weren't asked for consent, false information was found in searches, and users couldn't correct the info.
To initially train ChatGPT, OpenAI scraped vast amounts of personal information from publicly accessible websites. This was widespread and indiscriminate.
Concerns about the lack of safeguards around ChatGPT have made headlines following the Tumbler Ridge mass shooting that showed OpenAI didn't flag troubling interactions to police. The company is facing several class action lawsuits in Canada and the U.S., but government regulation is lagging. Canada's privacy laws were developed more than 20 years ago.
We have also called on our government to regulate AI uses. The kind of regulation would require companies like OpenAI to evaluate the risks of this technology and to mitigate those risks before launch.
OpenAI was collecting sensitive information, such as health data and political views. The privacy watchdog says the company did fix some of those issues in later versions of its ChatGPT. The federal government is in the process of drafting new AI legislation, but for now, it's relying on private companies to police themselves. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
Coming up, missing in Metchosin. Adam finds out what happened after a unique family of goats encountered a big bear. Next on the Sawatsky Sign-Off.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
107.3 Virgin Radio is Victoria's #1 hit music station. Home of Bailey and Johnny in the morning. Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to 107.3 Virgin Radio everywhere.
Well, no one wants to stumble across a bear, especially if you're with your pets. On tonight's Best of Sawatsky Sign-Off, Adam finds out what a Metchosin woman did when her goats suddenly went missing.
Hunaida Bellisfer was preparing to go for a walk with her dogs when they were startled by a bear in the yard.
And he was right here coming. So I was screaming from the bottom of my heart, and he didn't want to move.
It may have been this bear that a neighbor saw on a different day, but in the same area.
I was really scared. He was taller than me. He was really big.
But Hunaida and the dogs kept making noise for almost an hour until the bear eventually retreated back into the woods.
Again, my dogs followed him all the way up there.
The dogs eventually came back, but when Hunaida returned home, there was no sign of her goats.
And I took my car and I drove and I called their name.
She searched for them everywhere for hours, but they were gone.
It was horrible.
Because they weren't just any goats, They were family, especially Nara.
Rejected by her mom, so I needed to raise her with a bottle.
Nara and Hunaida were inseparable. When they weren't watching TV together or going for car rides, the goat would go for hikes with her and the dogs.
So she thinks I'm her mom.
After Nara became a mom, the goat family expanded to 11. But after none of them showed up the next morning, Hunaida couldn't help but think about her work as a grief recovery specialist.
It's important, instead of panicking and anticipating the negativity, trusting that your prayer will be answered.
Almost 24 hours later, it was. A neighbor spotted the goats acres away, and Hunaida rushed to retrieve them.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I just said, babies! And they were stuck there, but when they saw me, they come running.
Whether the goats were originally scared by the bear's arrival or by all the noise being made before its departure, Hunaida couldn't be more grateful that she never gave up hope and her furry family is reunited.
They're my babies. They're not goats.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Metchosin.
And they are adorable. That is it for CTV News Vancouver Island. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night.